Hey Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing guidance that is meant to reach you right now. Before we begin, I want to quickly remind you that you have an offer from Aura throughout this month, a 7-day free use of the app and a 25% off of the membership. You'll find the link to this offer in the description box. Hope you enjoy this app and that it provides you with tranquility and mental strength. All right, let's get into your reading. And to do this reading, these are the 3 piles for today's reading. For pile number 1, you have the yellow Aventurine. And for pile number 2, you have the Selenite. And for pile number 3, you have the green Aventurine. So take a look at which one of these 3 crystals or 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. Today, I am looking forward to looking deeper at what your guidance is towards which issue that is that the cards will be discussing in today's reading, and hopefully it will be able to help you out in something significant in your life. All right, take a close look at your crystals and your piles. And whenever you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Feel free to check out more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles if you feel drawn to them. And I'll catch you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful yellow Aventurine, and today we're taking a look at guidance that is meant to reach you right now. I actually feel 2 are coming out here. So let's find out together what your guidance is. I'm using different divination tools. We're using the Ching as well as Chakra cards, and as well as tarot and oracle cards to find out what your guidance is for today. All right, first let me pull out one of these small cards, get a small message. Why is this one the other way around? Right, there are 2 cards the other way around. I think it's because there are extra cards in the deck and I didn't take them out, that's why. There are extra cards in the deck, that's why. Probably shuffled them in without meaning to. Right, so let's see what your oracle cards are first. Right, so you have message of concern. And you also have privileged lady. Interesting. Very interesting combination. Right, and you have the well here. This hexagram is, I believe this is water? Yes, water. And no, this is not, this is wind. Water and wind. I'll check out the water and wind in a guidebook to see, or in a book that I have, an I Ching book, to see what the combination means. And then you have creation, that's the crown chakra. All right. And you have surrender. Let go of changing things outside of your control. Don't let the drive of your ego get in the way of true peace. Release the need to win. Interesting. So let's keep it right there. And now let's pick up your tarot deck to get the full guidance that that is meant to reach you today. So right off the bat, you have the Ace of Wands. you have the Fool card with the Keeper. Another Fool card. This deck has 3 Fool cards and each one is very specific. So I'm really intrigued that you got 2 of them right after each other. With the Ace of Wands, can you see that? Something new is going on here. Or maybe it's a guidance to something new. Beginning. Maybe it's telling you to begin something. I don't know yet. Let's find out. Okay. So you have the 7 of Cups with the Corruptor. We'll talk about it in a second. You have the Tower card. And let's pull out 3 more cards for now. You have the you have the Hanged Man with the Outlaw. The Hierophant. It's interesting. The exact cards that I wanted to get just finished now. And you have the Magus. This is the Magician. So what do we see here? I'm seeing your cards kind of telling you to focus on what is important. Because with Message of Concern, there's something obviously concerning you at the moment. Maybe this is literal, where you actually got a message that is concerning you. Maybe this is communication that is really irritating you or bothering you for quite a while. I just got I heard something in my mind, and I actually saw the vision of it. I heard water your plants. I know this is crazy, but when I feel something so strong, I always want to say it, right? So back to the communication, you've gotten some sort of communication with someone that's really irritating you. Maybe it's unfair. Maybe someone's trying to make use of something or take advantage of something. In all cases, I do see that your cards are talking about you being in a privileged position where you're bigger than that. You don't need to respond. And perhaps responding would be coming out of the ego, because here with the 7 of Cups, it is quite a tricky situation, because the Magician in reverse is kind of the type of corruption that we see here. The Magician is a really skilled person. In reverse, it's not in reverse, but in reverse, it would be someone who's using their skills because they're so powerful to do something corrupted. And this is why I mentioned it, because we have the Corruptor here. So the interesting about this 7 of Cups is that you see the sins, the 7 sins, like greed, gluttony, pride, and so on. Not pride, what is it called? Vanity. Yeah. So at this point, I feel like whatever small action you're going to take with the Magician here, as a magician or as someone privileged, is absolutely going to destroy that person, or is going to have such a huge effect. Do you see that? What are the odds? The same Labrys that's here is right there in the Tower card, leading us to see that if you use your power, because Ace of Wands is the ace of creation. It's like pure power of creation, and how you use it is what how you use it is what this energy is going to create. So you have the capability and you have the power to hit back. You have the power to get your rights back and more. You have the power to respond. It's like a silly person who doesn't look towards the future and harms their manager, not knowing that their manager has far bigger power and can really make them lose their job. And so I see here that your reading is talking about how powerful you feel and how you know you can respond to something. But your reading is telling you that you are at a very privileged place, and don't use this pure power because it is so strong and it could really create a lot of destruction. And so with the outlaw or with the hanged man, your reading is inviting you to pause before you take that action. Do you see that? Even here you have moving the city, not moving the well. I know it's saying something else, but to me, in the context of the reading, it's like having the power to move things. In fact, you can see here the Merkaba, which is like the chariot of the soul. So we kind of see movement and having the power to move things that are unthinkable to others. And so your reading is inviting you to pause and think with the hanged man and the Hierophant before you make a move. And like I said, this may not be communication. This just may be something that you're afraid of, worried about, concerned about. May not be communication. It simply maybe a lot of worries that you have. And because you're so worried, you're about to make a strong move. But be careful that it may be coming from the shadow, this move. And the shadow in that case would be your concern and your fear. And any quick movement without a proper pause to think may lead to destruction that you don't want in the future. So don't respond to your fears straight away, although you could really be tempted to do that. How about, before we continue, look at the hexagram in a book that I have, hexagram book, and see what this combination means. So this is hexagram number 48. Let me bring number 40. There we go, 48. It says the fountainhead, or the well, of course. So here it says, social politics may change, but people's primitive needs never do. Nourish the people's primitive needs. Failing to reach the depth of people's primitive needs will cause you to undertake to fall short. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong today. I'll read that sentence again. Nourish the people's primitive needs. Failing to reach the depths of people's primitive needs will cause your undertaking to fall short. You must instill greater care and study into philosophy and the divine. To succeed, you must reach deep down into the people's primitive needs. Understand that the underlying emotions at play. Understand the underlying emotions at play. That is how you navigate the situation. The situation at hand is much deeper, much more meaningful than you initially perceive it to be. Adversity and troubles, take caution. Right, so this is definitely a message where it's telling you to be cautious. Do you see the gesture that the Hierophant is doing? Be cautious and think wisely before you make a move. You can even see the same hand gesture right there. And it's the crown chakra, so it's an invitation to move wisely. Because moving from emotion, which is like a primitive emotion, right? Can lead to you falling short because of your shadow and doing something that you may regret later completely. And so the right way to begin, there are two ways here. One, the initiate, and that's to begin right away and not think about it, which could lead to something destructive. And there's another way to begin with the keeper, and that is to stay still with the keeper. Keep still, to think deeply about the situation and not respond because you're afraid. And as we can see with the hexagram here, it shows us that the more we think deeper about the situation, the more we're able to reach a better conclusion. At least that's the energy of the hexagram here. And so with creation, you will in fact, indeed, be able to reach a better conclusion if you think about it and not respond from your ego. And you can even see here with the surrender card that you are in fact in control. You can see it with privileged lady as well. Release the need to win. Release the need to get what you want straight away. If you sit calmly, surrender to this emotion, sit calmly and think wisely, you will be able, again, just like you are with the magician here, you will be able to see more things that you initially cannot see with the mask here. And you will be able to create what you want, the results that you want. Although emotionally, you may not see it straight away, you may feel stuck, you may think, where is this idea going to come from? No, I better act now. It's pure energy. And remember when we said it's pure energy, the way you're going to direct this pure energy will determine whether it will be used for you or against you. And that's what we're seeing with the two Fool cards. You keep that energy a little bit and you transcend with the Merkaba, transcend the concern and the issue. You act straight away, and you can see here, there's a hole where this snake is going to fall. And so you don't want to have results that you may regret later on, is exactly what your cards are showing. And acting straight away is acting from the shadow, and it's not wise at this point to do that. Oh, look, you can even see the Merkaba here in the Hanged Man, and so leading to the better option. Yes. Seeing the two elephants is again a symbol of wisdom, because we straight away remember Ganesha, who is the god of wisdom, also the god of fortune, by the way. So you'll be able to get a lot of fortune. You'll be able to be fortunate if you think wisely about the situation. And so the whole reading is focusing on stop and think. And this way, you'll move in the right direction and do the right thing for yourself. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly wish you all the best in this situation. May you be protected, and may you do the right thing for you, where you're getting your rights back, or you're preventing yourself from something that you're afraid of, and also being very fortunate. This was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. I post readings nearly every single day, so make sure you subscribe so that you get your notification. And please don't forget to check out my productivity handbook. It's truly there to help you become a productive person. It's small, straight to the point. You're not going to procrastinate reading it, but you will find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away. And not only that, but also helping you fully enjoy this journey. This book will teach you how to enjoy being productive. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to it down in the description box. And my dear pile number 1, thank you so much for tuning in. From my heart, I wish you the best of luck. Everything is going to turn out well, just as your cards are showing you. You're going to be fortunate. Just sit a little bit without acting straight away and think about it. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful Selenite, and today we're taking a look at guidance that is meant to reach you right now. I also feel this one, so I'm going to take these 2. And today, these are the oracle decks that we are using. 2 again. I'm trying to use different forms of oracle decks. Chakra deck, an Ching deck. Also a deck of advice up there. To get different ways showing us and guiding us on what you need to hear right now. Okay, so these are your cards. You have concern. And you also have house. Are some of you, I mean, this is literal, but are some of you like worried about losing your house or losing your rent or something? Very specific, but yeah, something that I intuitively felt right away. So you have the third eye chakra with desponence. And you have discovery with the root chakra. This is the hexagram of, no, that's not lake. This is thunder. Yes, that's thunder. And this is water. Thunder and water. Let's check this hexagram in a moment and see the meaning of it in one of the hexagram books. Until then, let's now pull out your tarot cards. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you have the 8 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Swords, and you have the 10 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Knight of Wands. So, what do we see here? Despondence. Let me check what this means. Disheartened. Oh my. It looks like you've literally discovered something that is disheartening you, worrying you. And it looks like it is really worrying you because just like a house, it is affecting your safety. And so the guidance today obviously is going to be about the news that you've just heard or that concern that you have with regards, root chakra and home, with regards to something that you feel is hitting your safety. And we didn't pick up, there we go, there, that's your card. Your guidance here as well. So let's take that. You've got vulnerability, exactly. You feel vulnerable with regards to something. So it says, take the first uncomfortable step. Don't wait for others. Tell someone how you feel. Be responsible as you do it. Lead others through the pulsing of your open heart. in my opinion, I believe it's the first advice that you're getting here. Take the first uncomfortable step. Don't wait for others. You see, although you may be tempted to take in the shock, and you may be tempted to ruminate on it, overthink it, your reading is in fact actually guiding you to release this fear and to start right away in terms of movement. Because in this Eight of Pentacles, this is the scene of the Eight of Cups, the scene of someone walking away from something. And so your reading is right off the bat, since this is your security, is talking about you making a move quickly, doing something about it, although it may not feel comfortable to do so. It may not feel natural. It may not feel like the natural thing that you feel like doing, because in a time like that, you may feel like you want to let it all out first. You might want to seek safety. You might want to, talk about it. But I see that your reading is telling you this is the time to act and not the time to pause. Do you see that? Your Page of Pentacles has the Hanged Man upright. And so it is a clear indication of this is not the time to pause, to reflect. This is the time to move and to do something about it. And you do actually think, taking a closer look at your reading, you do actually have an element of interacting with others, maybe as your cards is saying, talking to others. Maybe you are guided to network straight away. It's going against all the natural emotions that you wouldn't want to do in a time like that. In a time of worries, you want to recluse, you want to think about it, you want to pause, you want to feel it naturally. But your reading is inviting you to do the opposite of that. The reading is inviting you to release this fear and start acting right away. Start networking right away. If we were to take the reading literal, just as an example, if you are, for example, if you are worried about your safety, maybe you have to move homes, maybe your rent is done. Let's say your rent is finished and you've been there for such a long time, then it's not the time to sit and feel afraid and to, express how you feel. It's the time, although you're really afraid, to take action, to go out and look at other opportunities, other houses or other apartments or condos. And it's the time to start calling people. Hello, do you have this available? Can I meet you? Can I check it out? Can I talk to you about it? And so this is just an example to kind of show you what your cards are trying to guide you towards with regards to your own concern. Because movement will create fortune. You will be able to manifest great things. And you will be a very fortunate person with regards to this worry that you're worried about, with this worry that you have. And you will be very fortunate if you take quick, swift action with the Knight of Swords. Here, the Knight of Swords is dressed as the death figure, and it shows that there's going to be huge transformation. Another confirmation here. Movement creates fortune. Swift movements creates huge transformation. And so all the cards of movements are in your reading. You have the Knight of Wands and the Magician. Movement creates manifestation. I think it's the same reading. It's the same message of confirmation over and over, as you can see. It's a time of movement and communication and networking. Not a time to follow how you feel. Because what looks heavy with the Ten of Wands, This is the background of the 10 of Cups, feeling elated, feeling super happy. And so and 10 of Wands is, the most card that shows us how heavy we feel in our hearts, or how heavy we feel in terms of how we are moving. Maybe even you've been moving for such a long time, since this is the 10 of Wands. In all cases, this is not the time to stop, because all that heaviness is turning into super excitement. And so movement, in your case, my dear pile number 2, is going to lead to a lot of great fortune and luck and happiness. Not to mention huge transformation from the situation that you are in now to something that suits you much better. And having said that, I think it's now time for us to check your hexagram. Let me check hexagram number 40 and see what it means. There. So number 40 is redemption, deliverance, release of tension. It says, when your endeavor has not been completed, do not procrastinate. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bring it to completion. When your endeavor has been completed, a prompt return to stability will bring you good fortune. Guys, are you like, sometimes I'm speechless at how the coincidence of different cards saying the same thing. Isn't it mind-blowing? Do not bask in the afterglow of glory. Go straight back to work. Do you see that? It's the time to get straight to it. What you contemplate doing, proceed with. You will outsmart even the smart. You hunt rather than run. Exactly, pile number 2. You hunt rather than run. Sever ties, I swear to you. Wait. Do you see that? Sever ties with those who bring... Sorry. Sever ties, sorry. My apologies. Sever ties with those who bring you sorrow. In your endeavor, you encounter naysayers. Cut yourself loose. Okay, now we understand that this is actually cutting, because we see... Right, thank you. Let me read first and then I'll tell you what I'm seeing. You probably saw it too. In your endeavor, you encounter naysayers. Cut yourself loose from their hold over you. Brilliant. The untying of a knot. The unraveling of a complication. Right. So for some of you, you need to network. But for most of you, and I'm thinking that we got the message clear. For some of you, this is actually severing ties. And untangling yourself from a situation. Maybe you're thinking, oh, but this means that we have to work on this and split this and do this, but I'm doing this with them. No, I see your reading is saying sever ties and cut yourself from this situation. Take yourself out of it. For a lot of people, it's you cutting ties with others, finishing business with them and moving on. I don't know why it hit me first, sever ties, meaning make ties, but of course not. So since it hit me in the beginning, take it how it resonates for you, my dear pile number 2. If you have to start building a network, then that's the time to do it with the 3 of Pentacles. If it's time to sever ties, then if you know you should sever ties, then it's time to do that, my dear pile number 2. In all cases, your reading is telling you you're going to be fortunate, although it is a time where you feel like your security is under threat. Take direct action, because it will lead you to transformation, it will lead you to great fortune, and it will lead you to feeling very happy. Most important thing is move quickly, because these are the fastest 2 knights in the deck. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. So what are the odds that they show up in your reading? In all cases, it's not the time to pause and reflect. It's the time to take quick, swift action. And my dear, beautiful pile number 2, this is exactly what I see for you. In all cases, do note, do you see the light that's coming out? I feel like you're supported energetically and you don't see it. And you can even see it here in your root chakra. You may not be seeing it in the 3D, but really you are absolutely being taken care of and supported. And so don't worry, just go for it and you are going to be lucky. This is exactly what I see for you, my dear pile number 2. I wish you the best of luck. May you always be blessed and taken care of, and may you always be fortunate. May every little step that you take make a huge difference for you in terms of the fortune that you're meant to receive. This was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. You know, I upload nearly every single day. And please don't forget to check out my productivity cookbook, my productivity handbook. It's small, straight to the point, and so you're not going to procrastinate reading it, but you will find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying this process. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find the link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook, by the way, if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 2, I'm wishing you the best of luck in your situation. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful green Aventurine. I see this one sticking out. And today we're taking a look at guidance that is meant to reach you right now. I'm trying to use diverse divination cards like the Ching and also the Chakra cards and some advice cards. This way we get a clearer picture on what your guidance is today. Okay, so these are your 3 cards. Let's pick out a guidance card. I think this is the one. All right. And let's check them out before we take a look at your tarot cards. So you have Wealthy Man. And you have the Crown Chakra with Impartiality. Yeah, I remember reading about this in the guidebook. It actually kind of tells me about a lot, but we'll get to it in a second. Here, your hexagram is, this is fire. Yes, that's fire. And this is lake. Fire and lake. That's why you have opposing, which is kind of close to the story that I read about impartiality here. Okay? We'll read what this hexagram means in a book in a while. But for now, let's keep looking at your cards. Wow, this card, the same exact card showed up in pile number 1, and it's a huge deck. What are the odds? So you might, and we did a spread, so really, what are the odds? You might want to check pile number 1 if you're drawn to it. Was it pile number 1 or pile number 2? Vulnerability. I think it was pile number 2. My apologies. So it says, take the first uncomfortable step. Don't wait for others. It also says, tell someone how you feel. Be responsible as you do it. And the third advice is lead others through pulsing of your open heart. And that's actually quite close to impartiality. So good. We have a consistent message so far. And it says small affairs, good fortune, which tells me that the situation at hand, the one that we're going to be exploring, may seem bigger than it is. It may actually be smaller than you think. Okay, so let's take 7 cards. This one moved. Let's take it. Let's take 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We'll keep your deck here in case we need it. So you have the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Nine of Wands, the Six of Pentacles. We need one more card. The Three of Wands, the Hermit. Time's running though. The Page of Swords, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. Talk about you being fortunate in this situation. Okay. So it looks to me like you may be in an argument with someone, or you're in opposition with someone, because this impartiality card talks about two neighbors and they're both opposing each other. They're both arguing on what color they're gonna color the wall. And so this wise person appears and she tells them that each one should paint the outer part of their wall in the color that their neighbor is going to like, because this way you would have listened to each other and build a deeper and stronger connection with each other by doing something kind to the other person. And that's why she has the two paint here, 2 buckets of paint. So, and it does say here, tell someone how you feel. So at the end of the day, you may be at an opposition with someone, and I kind of see your cards telling you, first of all, the situation is not gonna, don't be afraid. It's not gonna be as scary as it is, as it looks. Because this is a person who you can work with and not a person who you will need to work against. Because you think a snake is coming to bite, but is providing this Queen of Pentacles with her pentacle, giving her something that it knows it's hers, right? So the collaboration between you and the other person, if you scratch each other's backs or look out for the benefit of each other, this way you will collaborate much better with each other and you will bring good fortune to each other. You see the keys of the High Priestess. Of course, the keys of the High Priestess shows us that she has the keys to knowledge, secret knowledge. But to me, I see 2 keys. Each one has a key to unlock something for the other person. And the guidance here is to use this key to help this person and collaborate in helping each other. You will find this person to be open to listen to you. You see a snake here giving the Queen of Pentacles its pentacle. You see here the owl putting the Isis crown on the High Priestess. So we see powerful creatures giving the figure their respect. And so it shows, give each other respect. This way you will both give something powerful and valuable to each other, instead of being defensive with one another with the 9 of Wands. Defensiveness leads to generosity with the 6 of Cups. You have 2 choices. You will either be banging heads, is it called, with each other with the 9 of Wands, or you will be extremely generous with each other. It all depends on how with the 3 of Wands you decide to communicate with each other. Do you see the message that the 3 of Wands is reading? the Three of Wands is embarking on a new journey or about to do something. So communicate better before action is what your reading is definitely showing you. Something is interesting about your reading. You have wealthy man, you have fortune. If this is in business relationships, it does seem that you both have the keys to bring great fortune towards each other. So if this is a business meeting, or this is like a colleague or a service provider that you're working with, or something or the other, better communication with each other will lead to both of you creating a fortune. If this is not business and money, then in that case, the fortune and the wealthy man shows that you will be able to give generously a lot of valuable things to each other by collaborating in a better way. At the same time, be careful, time is running out, especially when working on your own with the Hermit. Time is running out, especially when you're working on your own. With the Page of Swords, start a new page of communication with the Page of Swords, with this other person. You can see here, it's guiding you to send the message. You see the eagle left the Page of Swords here and arrived to the figure in the Three of Wands. So I think it's inviting you not to be vulnerable per se, but to be more open, to either tell someone how you feel or to collaborate better with each other, to communicate how you can both help each other out and benefit from the situation. And you will see that this person is going to be ready to play nicely and give you respect and to do something valuable for you. Both of you have the keys to helping each other and bring good fortune to each other. Both of you are generous at heart, and both of you are able to reap great results. So tap into that energy, because you both belong to it. And perhaps this is why your reading is telling you to be more vulnerable. Vulnerable is not put yourself in a weak position, but it's more of being open. So don't be afraid to give good. It looks like this person will want to give good back. Let's read your I Ching. The hexagram number 38. And see what it has. Number 38. Didn't this come before number 38? No. Oh my God. Yes. Estrangement, opposition, polarization. One pushes for progressive movement and one holds back. Two seek the same objective. Do you see? Guys, do you see? But they go in separate directions. You are to stand apart from the rest and know why you stand so firm. While the greater endeavor at hand is being met with opposition, take the time to settle minor tangential issues. You feel misunderstood, yet your individuality is critical to the matter at hand. The estrangement is necessary. Do not chase after what will return on its own. You will be making the journey in the rain. You face inclement weather throughout your endeavor. To me, this is really trying to say, going out on your own, intuitively, I really feel like going out on your own will be facing a lot of hardships. Communicating better is going to lead to, and having the same objective, putting both your objectives and seeing it clearly will make you work together to to do something much better for the both of you. And so don't go in separate ways, but they go in separate directions. Don't do that. Instead, your reading is now guiding you to have a common objective where both of you work together, because you both have the key to opening up great fortune together. And so the messenger here is that objective that you can both work on, and how respecting each other is far more important at this stage than battling head to head. And that's what we see with the advice of the paint. Definitely the reading is talking about work with each other, not against each other. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading, and I truly wish you the best of luck in this situation. May you always have things working out for you, and may you always get great fortune in your life. This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. You know, I upload nearly every single day. And please don't forget to check out my productivity handbook. It's small, straight to the point. You're not going to procrastinate reading it in the first place, but you will find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying this journey. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear beautiful pile number 3, all the best of luck in this situation, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.